Hey guys, be making this video, kind of a follow up on the video that I made before, um, on trading cards. Definitely, this is a video as far as for kind of a warning of really what's going on, what to expect when, looking towards purchasing cards, purchasing packs, boxes, what's going to be affecting the market. Once again, I'll mention this, and I mentioned this in my previous video. I used to be very much into trading cards. Some of you may remember my previous name for the channel was TCG Card Sayer. Sayer was the spin, that was the original last name of my family's, before moving to the US hundreds of years ago. So that's why I made that be part of the last name kind of thing without using my actual last name. But TCG, I was all about TCG. I used to be playing it competitively, played in many tournaments, done very well, won major tournaments, and now I do not play competitively. I do not collect. And the reason for that is just how part of it is, if you're playing competitively, the communities that play it competitively can be great or toxic. And the amount of toxic players grew. Now, Pokemon definitely was a better and nicer community. There were specific trading card game communities that are much nicer, much more pleasant to play with, than others. I think for me, what I will say is my worst experience was definitely Yu-Gi-Oh! The amount of toxicity, the amount of people flipping out, the amount of just sheer drama with Yu-Gi-Oh! Was insane. I have seen people flip out, absolutely take other people's cards out of sheer anger, rip other people's cards. So, I have seen quite a bit. I basically, for me, the fun absolutely was killed. Even to the point that I even stopped collecting. It wasn't just playing, but I was like, oh, these cards are cool, I like it. I stopped with that, because of just the value of it, of my time, my mental state, and also, or mental health, and financially, none of it made sense. And I had basically been playing trading card games for a very long time, ever since I was a kid. Did have a long hiatus from it and came back to it and fully loved it again. But yeah, I just fell out of it again because it was not the same charm. And while back when I was a kid, there was definitely some thieves, some older players that were preying on the younger kids to get their cards that they would often say were not good, or say that it's a good card that has value, but undervalue it, trying to basically work the system, and make sure that they can basically get the cards that they knew they could flip, um, and knew that they could get these cards and talk kids into selling them or even trading them for a card that has no value. And that, I mean, with internet and everything being around now, it's a lot harder to do it that way, but it definitely happens. And I think, like going into my previous video, with the CT scanning, I think there is a lot of worry for most people about what is going to be happening. And there are lots of people that have a worry and that think that there's going to be quite a bit of change and things affected as far as the market for trading card games. And I'm here to say that, yeah, my view, my experience with trading cards and everything, and seeing even how it is kind of today. I walk into trading card shops and see what things are like. Just because I'm still have somewhat of that interest. I just don't. I choose not to buy or anything because there's a lot of crazy things that go on now. You can buy a box and it could be completely faked. I know, obviously, big name for Pokemon collecting, Logan Paul, bought a box that was completely sealed, that's supposed to have boxes. So it was essentially a case of original Pokemon boxes. He gets the Beckett person to check these cards, and what do? They end up opening it and find out that opening one of the boxes inside the case, it was all faked. G.I. Joe packs inside there. I think that this has gotten to a point where it's so common, and I think that there is something that's not mentioned with the CT scanning. I think the CT scanning will help somewhat avoid this. However, I have 100% certainty who's going to be using the CT scannings more for Pokemon packs, Yu-Gi-Oh packs, all that stuff, are these people that are repacking. I think 100% this is going to be used to make better fakes. I think it's going to be used to increase profit for those that put the fake boxes, the fake cards, repacked boxes in packs. I think it's going to be used even more by them. So 100%, I think this is a great wake-up call as far as if you're looking at buying packs and stuff, be very wary. This is going to get maybe not initially nasty, but it's going to become a growing problem. And it's going to get bad. And I think, once again, as I said before, I am certain this is going to be affecting card values. I do see some cards that are older initially becoming cheaper because more of those cards that are sought after will be opened because people will be using the CT scanning to find these cards and will be reselling boxes that have maybe rares but not the best rares. not the ones that have the money. And I think that's going to continue to tank this market. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, we'll see. It's interesting for sure. Have a great day. Bye.